Peace, it's me again, O.G.B.O. It's been a long time, been locked out of this YouTube channel for about 8 months. Okay, I got one for you. This one kind of goes in depth. This is prison terms and sexual behaviors explained. Okay, so long story short, I get to fighting. I got maybe 2 months left on my sentence. Get to fighting with this clown, for lack of a better words. It wasn't over the television. It was more or less his words. You know, he I'm getting out of the shower, and as I walked back to my bunk was all the way at the end, and the idiot box or the TV was right by my bunk. So I'm not, and I got my own television, mind you. I'm not even paying attention to it. I don't even watch the television. Um, I used to watch WNBA. My girl Cynthia Cooper, that was my baby, and Shamika Horsclough, or whatever her last name was. But other than that, I didn't watch the television, right? I had my own TV. But I'm getting out the shower, and this little cat out of towel water named O's. Um, he said something to the effect, it was something he was watching. He was like, yeah, better not none of these punk ass Richmond niggas touch that TV. Now, I got about 2 months before I go home, right? But I couldn't help but feel away because I'm like the only one from Richmond in that area. So I put my boots and everything on. I got my boxers on, and I say, "Who? What you say?" I walk over to him. I say, "Now, what you say now?" He said, "I said," and before he finished, I dressed them up real nice, two-pieced them, stretched them, right. So with the commotion, that I can hear the keys and stuff rattling. The COs they notice the commotion or whatever. And they're coming back in the dorm. So I slide off. I already got my boxers on, so I just ran and jumped back up in the shower. Right, and I stayed in the shower long enough for the COs to come in the building. My thinking is they gonna see me get out the shower and know I got nothing to do with it, right? So they come in as planned, after, they made their commotion or whatever, announced their presence, they trying to figure out what's going on. They come in the shower, hey, get out the shower, right? So I make sure the officers see me get out the shower, right? So, as I'm getting out of the shower, I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? And I walk back to my bed, put my clothes and stuff on. Now, long story short, they started calling people out the building one by one to the guard tower or whatever. Not the guard tower. Um, where the lieutenant be, the 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 shift lieutenant where they fill out their paperwork or whatever. I forget the name of it. But they calling people one by one, so I know it's just a matter of time, because I'm in a dorm full of snitches, and the best way to get a snitch to snitch is to call everybody one by one to the building. That way, don't nobody know who told, right? Versus calling one or two people, you can kind of figure out who did it. So after about 40 minutes or so, they come to my bed, tell me pack up, pack up my belongings or whatever, and they put me in the hole. They put me and the dude O's in the hole, right? So this is my first time ever being in the hole here. This is the old James River. They tore it down a few years back. It was one of the oldest penitentiaries in Virginia. I believe the oldest, if I'm not mistaken, at that time. So I get in the hole, and this is the first hole I ever been in where you have more than one person in a cell. Usually in the hole, you in the hole by yourself, right? They take me all the way to the back, um, the last cell. And as I'm walking up, I see the little gay dude. I can't think of his name, but I seen him on, around the yard or whatever, and he was with it was a gang of them, it was a little squad of maybe 10 deep, and you know that was their little clique or whatever, right? So I started protesting immediately. Oh, hey man, I'm not going in there. I got asthma, man. I can't breathe back here. I'm thinking of, I'm coming up with every reason in the world not to go in that cell. And it's not that there's a question about my masculinity or my manhood or anything like that, but I don't want to be in the cell with a known homosexual because I don't want nobody thinking, you know, I'm back, I'm getting on with the homosexual, right? So they put me in there, and for like the first day or so, we don't even speak, And I had no personal beef with the guy. I was young minded, and you know, I just ain't have no. To my knowledge, I didn't have anything in common with him. It's really nothing to discuss, right? And so like the first day or so, we're not speaking to each other. We get our food or whatever. We sit on our individual bunks. We eat our food, and I lay down, throw the cover back over my head, try to sleep my time away, right? But after maybe 2 days or so, we started talking here and there. Just the past time. I think we started. We did I declare war with the cards or something. There's no TVs back there. You're bored out of your mind. But after a while, we started, conversing, and it blew my mind. This the whole point of this video. We have this pre-assumed notion about people, and because of that, we avoid communicating with people. We never know a person's story. How people, if how people got to where they are in life. So him and I, we started conversing, and he opened up to me. I asked him, how did you, how did you get to where you are? As far as you wasn't gay, at least openly gay, in society. Why now? And he started telling me that basically he always felt that he was, gay. He started telling me on how his stepfather used to brutalize him. I mean the type of things he told me, man. I'm serious, would bring tears to your eyes. His stepfather, I guess, recognized, his mannerisms and stuff early on, and figured that he was homosexual, and he would try to do what a lot of men do, which is try to beat it out of him. He told me on how his stepfather used to put him in closets, I mean, for 12 hours and so, and, don't feed him, won't give him nothing to drink, just make him stand in the closet, for 12 hours or more. And he told me how, a few times his mom would try to intervene, and that would result in the stepfather beating her to a pulp, you know. And his father, I think he told me his father was locked up, you know, and the mother basically couldn't protect him. And he said, around age 12 or so, he found himself trying to protect his mom, so he would do everything he could think of to present himself as being straight. He got involved in sports, and he was telling me, like, bro, I hate football. But I felt like by playing football, my stepdaddy would leave me alone. You know what I mean? And it's even hard telling this story, you know, because number one, I'm an advocate for heterosexual, you know, lifestyle. You know, I'm pro man and woman being together. You know, I'm not an advocate for homosexuality, although I don't demonize homosexuals. I don't mistreat a person because of their sexual orientation. Um, I'm not one of those people. You know, I don't go around knocking and bashing people. You know, we all have a right to live our lives, and we don't have to be in agreement as to how, you know, each other live their individual lives. But as humans, we have to respect everyone right to live their life. As long as what you're doing does not harm me, you know, then I have no beef with you. You know, saying that to say this, if one of my children were to come out and tell me, Dad, I'm you know, I'm homosexual or I'm a lesbian, I'm gonna love my child. You understand? I don't want my sons to be homosexual. I don't want my daughters to be lesbian. You know, I feel that that lifestyle within itself is a form of birth control. I believe that the powers that be target our people. I believe they put things in our food, you know, the vaccines that some of you get. And in fact, it's been proven. One of the number one milks given to mothers who don't breastfeed have soy in it, and soy is loaded in estrogen, the female hormone. You know, this is not a coincidence. But that's neither here nor there. My point is, if your child is homosexual, lesbian, love your child. Love your child, yo. You know, love your child. The things that this guy was telling me that happened to him, I mean, I couldn't do nothing but, you know, I mean, my eyes actually, you know, I got, you know, my eyes, I damn near cried, you know, but I learned a valuable lesson from being in that hole, in that situation with that young man. You know, I had no idea, you know, that people could be that wicked to a child. And I've suffered sexual abuse as a child and physical abuse. So I'm aware that people can be evil, but you, I'm kind of, I want to say it right. You know, you never know what a person been through. That I want to say it that way. You know, you running around here, you're judging people. You know, you putting people down. You're adding to trauma, and they're already difficult existence, yo. Respect people' right to live. You know, let's do that. Let's respect each other. We don't have to agree with the life choices of another person, but let's respect each other's right to be, to exist. This is O.G.B.O. Catch me on the next one. Peace.